It's a consensus that scientists believe that we came from ooze or monkeys. That's what I was saying. I believe we came from God. One question, if we came from ooze or monkeys, then how is it a consensus? I have been over the came from monkeys argument ad nauseum, so let's go to the ooze. First of all, I would love to know what your idea of ooze is, because I know what it means when it comes to like the primordial ooze or the scientific primordial soup. Do you think it's like pond scum? Because there's life in that. Do you think it's like mud or marsh? Because there's life in that. My dude, I'm about to blow your mind. Did you know that everything on this planet is made up of chemicals? Humans alone are made of oxygen, carbon, calcium, phosphorus, sulfur, and potassium, along with some trace elements. And these chemical reactions are used to produce energy.
Life could have got started in these warm rock pools. Each time the tide receded, the water left behind evaporated, concentrating the building blocks for life inside the pools and forcing these organic molecules to interact. At this geothermal site in Iceland, a similar process concentrates minerals into a thick white paste.
And scientists have been working for a long time to recreate chemical reactions which may have sprung life on the Earth. And these chemical reactions create things like RNA and DNA, building blocks of life. That doesn't mean that the chemical reaction happened and one day some fully formed human being just kind of crawled out of the ooze. It took a long process over billions of years. Basic RNA and DNA started out as like single-cell organisms. After a couple of million years of these single-cell organisms, some of them became multi-cell organisms. Fast forward millions of years later and we get even more complex organisms. But if you believe that we came from God, then you believe that all this happened at the same time, or on the fourth and fifth day. But to just write something off as ooze and thinking that people just kind of walked out of it one day is drastically ignorant. And the whole came from monkeys conversation came from the religious who don't understand science, and they tell you that that's what scientists believe, which is not what they believe at all. Because if man was made complete on one day, then why do we have so many different evolutions of skulls and bones? There's no mention of Neanderthals in the Bible. We have bones from Australopithecus. We have bones and DNA from Neanderthals. This one looks familiar. They kind of remind me of somebody. I just can't put my finger on it. But I don't understand how people can think that evolution doesn't make sense, but they totally buy into Dust Man and Rib Woman. But in the future, whenever some Christian tells you what atheists believe or what scientists believes, don't listen to the Christian because they have no idea. Because it's just as stupid as when Republicans say things like, Democrats want open borders and 9+ month abortions. Instead, use a search engine. Ask what science believes when it comes to things like evolution. Religious people are absolutely free to believe whatever they want, but when it comes to actually proving their claims, they usually come up short. And you have to ask yourself, why would God let that happen if he wants us all to believe in him? I bet I know why, but I don't think you would believe it.